Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I thought from varsity.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And everything. You have players out there.
I think the fellas would take it more serious.
No way. What grade?
That one had to go.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, everybody, and welcome to All In, All United. Fellas, what we saying? I'm saying it again, right? I'm glad for the 3 points. I'm saying it again, right? But I don't see how any professional team, right, could take a 2-goal lead in 6 or 7 minutes, right, and then spend the rest of the match under pressure. Anyway, Nico, I think you're on mute.
Yeah. It has happened.
Nick,
What
Reem, check your volume.
My volume? How about something, fellas? Hello?
Now Reem good?
Yeah, I find it normal, yeah.
Yeah, he normal, yeah.
For some reason, I barely hear him. All right.
If you want to jump out and jump back in and see if the
Yeah, let me see.
adjust, right? Yeah. So fellas, I mean, we win. What I saying? They might be more optimistic and pleased with performances than me, right? But I mean, what we saying, fellas? Nico, Phil, Simeon, JP, and Chef jumping back in just now. What we saying?
What is that? Four EPL wins on the bounce. I guess that's something to be grateful for. Unbeaten in 2024. I think as I had predicted, and I still thinking we will finish the season strong at the second half of the season. I guess results, should be in our favor. The performances, we definitely want to get more from the performances, but I think from now to the end of the season, a lot of the results going to be in our favor, and tell you another scenario of that. Not a great performance, but the result was in our favor.
Yeah. What you saying, Phil?
Nah, because I was talking to co-workers on the Friday and the Thursday. I said we are going to beat Luton at least 6-1. And I was kind of right, but still kind of wrong at the same time because the score ended up being 2-1 to us, right? But let me do some maths here, right? The score is 2-1. Garnacho rounded the keeper, should have scored. That's 3.
Bruno
Bruno
rounded the keeper.
Dalot rounded the keeper and decided to give it back to the keeper. That's 4 there. Bruno rounded the keeper. That's 5. And then Hoyland had a chance there.
Rashford had a chance as well. Rashford had a good chance as well.
Not as clear cut as the other 4 people I just called.
Okay.
Oh my God, 6-1 should have been the score today. 6-1 should have been the score today. But well, boy. That guy, Benny McCarthy, who we were singing his praises last season about helping Rashford to finish. I got to ask what happened in the season. You can't just only focus on Rashford. You got to focus on Anthony, Hoyland, Garnacho, Bruno. You got to focus on those guys as well, too. But, Lord. 6-1 was what I predicted, and it should have been that score today. Chance after chance. Got to do better and put away these chances because Luton Town didn't punish us. But, as we said last podcast, a better team. Team.
Well, on Phil point there, that was today, and it was an anomaly for Luton, because Luton at home, I don't think they lost that game by more than 1 or 2 goals for the entire season at home. So to give up the amount of chances they give up
Shut the
today,
game too,
you know, I think that in itself was an anomaly.
Wasn't an anomaly. It's because how much we were pressuring them. We created chances to score. We just not putting away our chances. To hell with Luton. Manchester should have put away that game. Should have finished in the first 15 minutes. That was so infuriating to watch.
That was a poor. That was a disgusting 90 minutes. But I must
Yeah, it was. It was. It was. It was.
It's funny.
Because
It's funny
I,
how we get 3 points today, and yet I still feel kind of pissed.
but I really annoyed. I say, wait. But my girl asked me, "Well, you know, win?" I said, "Girl, I feel like we win, you know. First time, man." And you know, these are we keep on talking about margins. These are the things. What does differentiate the average teams from the good teams? The good teams from the above good team and the A class teams. Because we have to learn to put teams to the sword. We just not doing that. And our lack of not doing that is keeping these teams and them in the game and
And
feeling like,
hopeful.
and then when you have shit-ons like Onana and Maguire in the back there, anything is possible.
Well, look,
Yeah, what I'm telling you, right? I know.
how Ross Barkley almost equalized in the 94th
Damn.
minute.
And, yeah.
Almost
Yeah, right.
equalized, hit
Yeah,
post.
yeah, I telling you, right? I'm not feeling comfortable with no lead other than
None,
300 nil.
boy.
300 nil, and I go feel comfortable we could see out that game. You
Boy.
know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, not even
Oh,
6.
yeah. None, you know. We lead them 2-0. Oh, I watching the game on the road there. We lead them 2-0. And hear me now. And I watching the game and I'm watching them at the game. And and every time I hear the commentator get excited, I start to Stroops one time. Because then that's sad, that we lead them 2-0 and you still have no confidence in them.
Yeah. Simeon and JP, let me get thoughts now. Opening thoughts. What they're saying.
Yeah, I mean, we watched this game. I mean, I'm not negative, you know. But
Simeon,
Yeah, there's a good.
you're sounding real
Yeah.
muffled. I don't know. What's going with your
What's up?
audio.
we try again. Uh,
Much
like,
better.
yeah, like I'm not being negative, but like I had hope for this game. I mean, I respect, you know, I
You're
Nah.
still, your
Yeah,
audio
I
still a
think.
little off.
Yeah, the audio still off. So come back in and go back out and come back in now.
Gargling salt water.
Yeah. JP, what you saying?
Yeah, I want to be positive now. I want to be positive because we get the 3 points. There's so much games on the bounce, but when you see a game, it wasn't the typical Luton game at home. Because I watch Luton games at home against the bigger teams.
But there
And
is
Luton
pressure.
didn't give up. Yeah, it didn't, like those other teams didn't have the chances that we had. So today what was really upsetting was the players not taking the chances. Garnacho had a bad game today and Bruno had a really bad game today.
Yeah,
Garnacho passing was just off. Maguire
it's
went back
terrible.
to Maguire. His
Mugabe
timing
revert for sure.
like we were praising him a few shows ago for his anticipation running out into the midfield to win the ball, but like his timing was just off today, boy. So
Damn.
sometimes you just want to be positive. 3 points, we win the game, but when you go up 2-0 after 7 minutes, I started to say, okay, nice one today, boy. We're gonna do like how Arsenal handled the business, like how Liverpool handled the business this weekend. We're gonna do it too. Brighton handle the business away from home this weekend. Like I was saying, okay, yeah, I go and watch my team do it today too. 2 early goals, and then that is it. Forget how to play football. That real frustrating, right?
Yeah. Simeon, how you singing? You inside?
let me know. I think I'm good now.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're out of the water.
I mean, I was real happy. I mean, I was for the first time in a long time. You know, I tell Curry about text Curry, I say, yeah, I feeling good about this game. You know, I say it's Luton Town. You know, we have a good string going. But first 2 goals score. You know, and they score a lucky goal. I text Kareem. I'm like, you know what? They score a lucky goal. And he said back, he said, we do anything yet? And I say, well, you're kind of right, But we went from the 7th minute 2-0 up to 2-1. And by 15 minutes in, we were struggling. Like that's how fast we we lost control of the game. And I keep asking myself, what do I want from this team? That was to win or play well. My thing is, the issue with playing, bad football and winning is we've been here before. We've been, last year we were here. Martinez went out and we couldn't play, and we just won games by 1 goal to 0. When Ali was here, we play all kind of nonsense. We've been here before. We've Mourinho a little bit, but like with Ten Hag, it was supposed to be different. And I think that's why a lot of us are kind of, upset about the way we're playing. And I know the team isn't there, but still, this team leaves a lot to be desired. Like if we can't score goals, I mean, we're gonna lose a lot of games. Like Unique and Nacho and Holland scored two. He scored 2 goals today, and we still struggle home. We can't control games. That's a problem. We're relying on our defense. We rely on Maguire. We rely on Varane. We rely on Evans. It's only their experience today. I mean, they're not great defenders, but they made things difficult enough for Luton that they didn't score. They didn't play great, but they played well enough. That's our backbone right now. If this podcast finish, I will say one more thing: we need 4 midfielders next summer
Agreed.
because
Agreed.
otherwise Menu ain't gonna be simply up next year because that's what's gonna abuse Menu because Casemiro
He ain't it.
ain't it. Bruno ain't it. And Manu can't hold up. I mean, the boy played good. I mean, that movement
Too
he
much.
had,
Good is an understatement, Fabian. The guy played exceptional today.
It's too much. It's too
man
much.
do what he can, boy. The man can't carry the whole midfield. He can't
I
tackle, he
understand.
can't dribble, he can't do all the passing. He can't do it all. Like they need about 40 midfielders. Go ahead.
But how
Yeah.
how an 18-year-old can keep it so simple and composed in a midfield, and the likes of Casemiro and Bruno can do the same thing, and they're supposed to
Yeah.
be leaders in our team. You guys,
I honestly, yes, you see with Casimiro, Phil. Personally, for me, I just feel Casimiro legs not there again.
Like that.
That's all it is with Casimiro. It is not so. From game to game, you're gonna get games where he will look real good. Will look like he still have it, and then it will have games like today. The game was just bypassing Casimiro.
but
He
here
just
we're
legs just not
here
there.
we're going on, chef. Here we're going on, chef. The legs are not there. I totally agree. But you giving away the ball so much does not help your situation with your legs.
Nope.
Agreed.
It does not.
Agreed.
Keep it simple in the midfield. Pass it back to the wing backs. Keep it simple. All this long ball shit is like it's almost like he adopt this mentality from Bruno.
Yeah.
Jesus
Phil.
Christ, boy.
Phil,
And
And I can't say that is instruction. I cannot say that is
it's
instruction
not instructions.
from Ten Hag.
It's not
Nah,
instructions.
that can't be instructions, Nico. That can't be instructions.
That's
I
not
doubt that.
instructions. Listen to Ten Hag interview after that. Them fellas and them something wrong with Manchester players, you know.
There's haywire where like the ball is hot potato, but as Bruno get the ball, boom, he hoping to catch Rashford and I run, right? Casemiro doing the same thing. Sometimes it's comfort. Casemiro does have his moments there, but today, after 2 goals going up, we needed to control our midfield, and that is definitely what we didn't do.
I see a play today. Totally. I see a play today with Hoyland and Scott McTominay, right, in the second half. Hoyland hold up the ball for Scott McTominay,
Yes.
and Scott McTominay run past the ball like he expected Hoyland to do more work.
Like you retarded us.
Jesus Christ!
Hey, that man win me the game last week earlier.
I'll remember in the past when we used to say once we score early we're gonna be able to play with play more relaxed and control.
Yeah.
But I just get nervous. Yes?
I see a play today. Totally.
I don't know who's that we getting there. We getting some feedback.
Hoyland hold up That's me talking, but that's somebody replaying me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me. That's me. Sorry, fellas.
Oh,
But I know that's what I had to be coming from him.
But
Um,
those points about Casemiro legs going, the same thing can be said for Shaw. I was telling Kareem this. I'm like, why keep bringing Shaw back to play on the island? Because Shaw role real important. Shaw has to cover a whole bunch of ground.
I couldn't understand that rushing back, sure. For the
Yeah, but
same.
who else we have? Who else we have?
that is the problem.
Dan,
That is the
and he had
problem.
to play without him.
But at least don't
remember,
give him
remember
the
that
ball.
play left
It
back.
wasn't
Remember
comfortable.
that play left
Like
back.
that.
It wasn't
Remember
comfortable.
that play left back.
I would have preferred that Shaw had to limp off the damn field.
Nah, Shaw only green boy.
Dan, look, this is
He's
Luke.
our next one right now, still 11 at United.
Yeah.
This is Luke Shaw we talking about. We know when he get injured, all you have to take all your time with him.
Nah, I don't take time. Like too much of time we take with Shaw, but I feel we get cashing on Shaw, like we cashing on Shaw. I be honest. Because we can't rely on him.
If we're not cashing in on him, we need to find a very, very able competition for him.
No, not competition.
Yeah, but-
He need to be on the bench. He need to be on the bench.
Yeah, but
Well,
we
that's
had
what I'm saying.
Reguilon.
Competition
Back
for him.
Reguilon. We send this fella Alvarez go on Benfica.
Yeah.
I don't know what Ten Hag doing now. I don't know. Let me get some comments here, fellas. We have
Boy, they
Kristen
wanted
on the inside.
Regular to go
Kristen,
back.
Kristen, good night, man. Thanks for joining. Saying it's every week so by we cannot kill off a game. Bruno and Garnacho throw away their life. Hoyland throw away he hat-trick too. Hoyland's the only player who looked like he improved since he came. Because he kind of playing like Kane now. Alright, he holding the ball real good and bringing the Kane comparison. That's where you miss me, right? But I get your point.
He's
No,
not
but,
for
no,
that.
but, no, but definitely his whole play has improved.
That improved.
I love it.
Definitely. Yep. I agree with that.
I say I don't know disagree, but he missed me with the whole Kane
improved.
comparison.
It improved.
No,
But you could see coming on to the end of the game, the guy was so tired and
Yeah, he
exhausted.
was
Yeah.
Just holding up the ball.
He was gone. He was gone.
The man had to get sub off. The man had to
Yeah,
sub.
here's what I don't get.
No, remember, I got to take him off today. I only real recognize strike I have, and I say, I gotta protect him.
But here you see that he closed wrong, and everybody else closed really white still.
Nah,
Like that
Rashford
wasn't
was the
great.
man boy. Nah, Rashford was the man boy. Rashford was Lily White boy.
I said, but wait, these fellas been sweat today, or
What Rashford in the game?
Rashford played well today.
Marcus
Yeah,
was
well,
bad today.
Rashford was
He
Lily
could have
White.
finished his chances, but Marcus, I'm not gonna get down on Marcus today. Marcus wasn't bad.
That man real fall down today, boy. He played good, but he real fall down. He little touch, man.
Yeah. Oh God, he could have fallen down. I was like, Marcus, you're strong now. He was just looking for them cards, for them fouls.
Yeah. Aaron on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining, buddy. All right. Kristen again saying here Casemiro was off today too. He looked so bun. 60 minutes he didn't play yet. Real lazy tackle. He is the reason Maguire gets a yellow too. Yeah. Well, I mean, I taken that Maguire yellow because if he pushing the foot, then he get a red card.
Yeah.
Right? So I mean, it is what it is. And I still find that yellow card that Casemiro gave was real soft.
Yeah,
Right?
It was.
Um,
Them refs outfilmed. They outfilmed.
Well, if that one was soft, the one what Kobe gets, what you call that?
So
That was not yellow at all.
That's an all.
That was not yellow at
Crazy.
all.
Here
Crazy.
we're going on. I could be devil's advocate. No, I see everybody Kobe Manu trending with this tackle that he put in. Great tackle, but Kobe Manu got 2 feet. What's the trailing leg?
Is he trailing like he got a yellow card for?
Trailing leg for the yellow card. Okay, I am not against the tackle, but I have to say that
I had to watch it over.
it was a deserved yellow card.
No, that could be the only
I had to
reason.
watch that boy. I had to watch
That
it
had to be the
because,
only.
boy,
That's all.
That is the only reason, and it's still I personally find. Fella, don't disagree with you, but just find done. It's not. This is a human being. A man can't just in mid tackle stop himself from. You know what I mean? So sometimes I just think we need to have a little more thinking with you could give the man a foul, you know, but to give a man a yellow card, boy.
Yeah, it was okay. Let me take that back. It was a foul, but I don't think it was a yellow card.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Now,
I
at that
definitely
time
had
in
to
the
watch
game,
that trailing leg.
you know,
I had,
at that
Oh,
time,
it was a trailing leg.
at that time in the game and where the play took place, if you call a foul, you had to get a man a booking for that, unless he was on a yellow already and they didn't want to give the red.
Yeah.
So, so probably I don't look back at it too to see what Phil's saying, but I find that was real soft. I don't think that was supposed to
It
be a
was
foul.
so I
It looks so.
Christensen here, Garnacho has blistering pace and he makes very good runs, but you see that fella finishing and decision making real poor. Reminds me of a young Sterling at Liverpool.
agreed.
All right.
Agreed.
Mylon on the inside. Good night, man.
I think
Thanks for
I
joining.
said that last time I was on here. The day that youth fix his finishing, he will kill teams.
That
But
time
he,
coming. That coming for
I
sure.
think so too.
That
I
coming.
think so too.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget to like and share, the podcast. We have 13 people watching and only 3 likes. So we could get the likes up. We appreciate it, right? I don't know the algorithm. Think this work.
Ganacho's
so
how old?
fellas,
I think 19.
Oh,
19.
our 18 or 19? 19?
19.
That man pan real hard for 19, boy. Wait.
For sure.
Yeah, it's at this YouTubers call him Skeletor.
Yeah, boy. It's like, boy, you just break concrete with your chin.
Oh God, oh.
Back-
So fellas, we getting in on the game, right? We getting in on the game. Now, I want to, preface it by this. Did we see any lessons learned from the Villa win today? Right? Did we see any lessons learned from the Villa win today? Go through Nico.
No, same old. I think we went out with the same tactic. I didn't see anything change. The players definitely didn't change. To say I learned something, no, I didn't. I don't think we learned anything. We just more or less scraped with our win today, But I don't think we learned. I guess maybe I had to put some more thought into it, but I didn't see anything that to say, well, you know what? We kind of counter some of the issues we had last game into this game. No, I didn't see anything like that.
The truth fellas, the floor. If anybody have anything different to add to what Nico was saying.
Nothing new. It's just how we scraped from earlier today as opposed to scraping it in the end. So I think it had nothing different in the performance today.
All I want to do is just finish chances and make my life happy, These men like them against me living happy, They'll just finish all the chances now, boy. That's all. And Ten Hag made a point in his post, his presser. Then yes, Luton did have chances. But when we talk about the big clear-cut chances, that Manchester had a host of it to finish his game so easy.
Yeah, I don't think Luton had any clear chances to talk about during the entire 90 minutes.
But the clear chance to get the score because it's Onana.
We still playing too open when you look at the test. So I understand some of the things that Ten Hag talking about, but I keep calling for in-game management, and I feel like that is what we're not seeing. When you realize Casemiro struggling a little bit in the game, maybe you have to tell Kobe to sit a little deeper, ask Dalot to come in the middle a little bit, to kind of add numbers in the middle because we were getting ball through the middle from Luton. Luton was controlling the ball better than Manchester United. Luton Town Stadium is what, 11,000 capacity?
Yeah. It's small.
They were controlling the football better than Manchester United, who at Old Trafford is 75,000, the biggest club in England. And here Luton Town controlling the football. And to me, this is where I want to know what's going on in training. The players had to take blame in the game for not finishing and for not trying to manage for themselves. But when week in, week out, you're seeing we can't control the football, I had a question, what the manager doing with his team?
But JP make a good point. Like JP, we can't pass the ball. At the point of the game, we couldn't pass the ball to get our own half. We couldn't put
Yeah.
string passes. Not for 1 minute. Not 1 minute. We
That's the
couldn't
first half.
do a one. Like we would just give the ball away. Basics. And you can see
Yeah.
Luton Town, their transfer, the cost of that whole team is like $10 million in transfer. 10 mil. And our team, our starting 11 is like 500,
Plenty.
some place like that. Some place like that.
Walmart salary on we team is 10 mil.
Yeah, like we Luton Town
We
is a team
spend million on we team.
I mean,
And-
per year?
to make
Yeah.
More.
to make things worse. It's like they have our ex players we cast out. They have ex Chung. Look how good Chung look today.
Yeah.
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 Chung come out hungry today, boy. Wait.
Who look better, Chung or Bruno? Who look better today?
Chong
Chung.
was better than Bruno.
And that is really and that's
What?
it's about a gray area. No, it's about a gray area over because
No.
some of these players has been so motivated to play against Manchester United. And then when you watch Chung next week, it's rubbish. Right? So sometimes you really have to, take
No, but-
these
but
performances
Chung-
with a pinch
but
of salt too.
Chung's been having a decent season for Luton, though.
So because he at his level. So I wouldn't say
Exactly.
Chong over Bruno at Manchester United.
No,
But in
no.
terms of the game today, he was better than Bruno.
Yeah.
The, the former Manchester player who has been impressing me is Ilanga.
Yeah. He
I
did a lot
want
for
to-
for us.
I want to pop a little comment. I don't know. I'm sure let's see it from Paul Scholes.
I know you're going to show. Yeah. This fell.
Yeah.
Right. So Paul Scholes. I mean, I don't always agree with what Paul Scholes say, but when he hit the nail on the head, I can't help but bring it to the phone now. And he's saying weird team United. You reckon they could be the only team that could win 5-0 and get hammered, right?
Yeah.
And he a lie. Because today, and I've been honest with you, I hear
I
you
laugh when
saying
I
about
saw this comment.
all the chances that we were creating that we didn't put away. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I agree with Phil that we could have won this game 6-1 or so, but we would have walked away with 6-1, and Luton would have still be the better team all year,
Yeah.
right? and there's what Scholes saying here. We'd have be under pressure. Imagine we playing on the counter. We playing into the strengths of our attacking players. And them fellas still couldn't finish the chances.
No, and
but
that is
more than
to
that,
me, that is the problem. That is the
but
problem.
even
That
more
is
than
the
that,
problem.
Nico. But even more than that, Nico, we being forced into a counter-attacking style of play or tactic against a bottom team in a boy. It's not making sense as far as I'm concerned. Right? How we get play off the park against Luton Town. And these are the kind of things, Olia, that is affect my mental now, boy.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
We terrible.
Because that tells me now, Lord Father, when I play City, we gonna get a cutter. Stand out 2 is about it.
Yeah, well, after Chelsea hold them, I'm not saying that anything could happen.
Chelsea play good.
They do anything.
Chelsea
But
was-
this United team
Chelsea
could
was supposed to
surprise
see
you.
goals.
This United team could surprise you. You
Wait,
never know. You never know what you're gonna get at on the day with Man
You
United.
never know what you're going to get from them. I agree with you. You just never know.
The only way United going to surprise me is if they play the chances.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No, but
Cities
to
are-
beat
you have
to beat
you have
them
put
kind of
City
teams, you
against
have to
them.
put away your chances. And the one certain thing about City this season, more than any other season, is you're going to get chances on them. Normally, they don't get your
But
chances.
watch. But chef, let's see that City Chelsea game. City is a relentless team, boy.
Yeah, boy.
I
Boy.
Let's see how City come back and score and draw that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know it was
Against
coming, eh?
we.
You know it was coming, eh?
So exactly. So I tell myself against City, we could score how much goal we want. You see how we just let teams carve through we easy earlier?
The youth man who
Dog, dread.
play, the youth man who play centre back for City. What's his name? Starting with D.
D.
Yeah, he played yesterday.
City defense is Guardiola.
No, Chelsea. Sorry, Chelsea.
Desai.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's not. See,
They
Listen,
Desai, yeah, sorry, yeah, Desai.
Denita Tessie. Jesus Christ.
Well,
You don't love me to a centre back player, so?
well, we were linked
Dad.
with him. We were linked with
Yeah,
him.
we was linked with him. Yeah, we was linked with him.
That
Yeah, that big deal.
Chelsea is a team I dislike with my all. But me and Lai, I watch our youth play yesterday and I say, we don't find this.
Yes, chef. That's why I said we in Chelsea. Chelsea have pieces. They mightn't play good, but they have enough players, enough
Yeah, agreed.
talent players to play good football. We ain't
Yeah.
have that. We don't have
Yeah.
we don't have that kind of natural talent in our midfield.
Yeah.
They have guys that can run.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have that.
Yeah, the only natural talent we really have in that squad is Meno, you know. All of this man is just be so composed in tight situations.
Nah.
How that
We
man,
want to.
I think we are more than that.
We
I
are
think-
more
I
than
think-
that. We are more than that. We are more than that. We have athletes.
The Nacho
But
is talent.
As
He may not
Simeon,
finish it.
say,
The Nacho
as
is
Simeon
talent.
say, you see our midfield boy, it can't be just Kobe. That's too much, boy.
Agreed.
I'm watching the yo and then go to all your point. Boss, yes, a midfielder, boy. You as a midfielder, control the game now, hold the ball, look up, make a short pass, run into position. Then you play with your back to the defense. Then your first thinking cannot be a boom kick up the road and let a man run onto that door. That is
And
not
to the point,
controlling a game.
To the
And
point,
I
to the
personally
point.
find that the men who in that midfield with Kobe supposed to be senior players than you can't coach them. Them is not things you could coach. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you know, as you start thinking, Ten Hag can't even pull them because we have on the bench to pull them up and think.
No,
Then I watching the bench and I said, oh God, we don't even have game changers on the bench, you know.
No,
No.
but I kind of disagree with that. I kind of disagree with that, chef. And I want
Who
to,
you-
and I'm glad
with what part?
I'm glad you mentioned that because I want to go here, right? And I think this will Phil, you could probably come in, right? Because I want to talk about
Yeah.
Ten Hag's in-game management, right? Because with the team suffering, for control, right? You are questioning how soon you're taking to make a decision, to make a changes, or sometimes it don't even have to be a personal change. It could be a tactical adjustment, as JP was talking about. Kobe, you come back, and then, and this is why I disagree with you a little bit, Chef, right? Why Ten Hag not using the likes of Ericsson or Ahmad, considering how poor Bruno and Garnacho
Yeah.
today, and we're talking about controlling the game. Ericsson better in on the ball, and Ahmad better on the ball in terms of that kind of technical level now. So why Ten Hag, not making these kind of changes when the team's suffering for control, and we watching the kind of substitutions Ten Hag been making of late. Is McTominay, right? If not McTominay, he bringing on a defender, right? And that is all again from Ten Hag, and he not utilizing his squad in terms of the players that we have on the bench that I believe could add something to the control aspect of our football. Go through, fellas.
But we don't know if the bench has on game changers if we don't play them. Think about it.
Exactly.
Now, I could tell you where Ten Hag went wrong today with regards to in-game management. Don't get me wrong, Casemiro and Harry Maguire were the right substitutes to take off.
Agreed.
But if we want to control the midfield, Scott McTominay with Kobe Manu is not the answer. Christian Eriksen, I would have brought on Christian Eriksen. At some point in this game today, I would have taken off Bruno, played Hoyland in the 10, put Rashford up top, and bring on Ahmad for Bruno and play Ahmad and Garnacho on the wings. Because Hoyland was holding up that ball so well today. But there's only so much he can do by himself, right? There had points in this game where there was no leadership, there was no communication. Don't get me wrong, kudos to Varane. He was one of our best defenders today, right? But you got to talk to your players. You got to talk to your players. That's what captain is supposed to do. That's what leaders on the pitch is supposed to do, right? And that's all. That's all I got to say for now. But tonight, engaged management wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best as well, right?
You know, just before the rest of y'all come in, I remember after Casimiro got the yellow, and he was throwing the line, and we saw the referee gave him the little blind. You know, all I know I remember, my mind went back on, and I think Nico went ballistic when we was in the Champions League, and Fred did get a yellow, and everybody could have seen
Yeah,
Fred was
yeah.
gonna get a second yellow, and Ollie
Yeah.
refused to make the change.
Yeah. Yeah.
He retarded, so.
Then we're gonna get some comments quick, and guys, then I'll come in, right? So Eric on the inside, Eric, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, do you guys think Onana was partly at fault for the goal? I think he could have stayed on his line. All right,
Agreed.
we'll talk about-
Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
and we could get into it a little bit later. All right, but I think Onana just went so, and if it hit him, it hit him. If it didn't hit him, and that's no problem, right? Darian on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying Meno could get out any situation.
Yeah, boy.
Man, bitter.
Wow.
Game by game, the man leveling up. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Spot on. It was his fault. Come out and can't get a touch on the ball. I think you're talking about Onana here.
Onana, yeah.
All right. Christian saying here we might not comparing him to Kane. It was just a reference because I couldn't think of another striker. All right. Striker who does hold the ball well. Can I just say Martial? When Hoyland now came, he was just running and waiting for a pass. No, but Hoyland game really improved earlier. He really improved.
Yeah, it does.
I please for him.
I guess our confidence is do as well, eh?
For facts.
Yeah.
And goals.
Eric saying here we are never going to control games, play possession-based football with counter-attacking players. Wow. We have to talk about that. Right? Hopefully with the new CEO and director of football, change will come. Well, that's the hope, right? Well, it should be the expectation more than hope. Let me put it like that. Right? Mylon saying here, Garnacho I'm talking about. Okay, yeah. I think, Christian saying here, I think one of the reasons we look so open and get run through so easily is because from the time we get the ball and ready to attack every single player on the team running up the pitch and they want to score. And when we passing off, and we give it away easy, everyone out of position, so it's easy to run through us. All right, Arun saying here, Mount should be back soon.
To do what?
Bye.
Yeah.
I was reading,
Yeah.
who sent up from the boy? I think it's Lion. Somebody had posted it was one of the biggest conspiracies in football, right? And somebody else reply and comment and say, Malasia dead, and Man United covering it up now.
I saw that.
Hey.
You know? Hey, Dwayne on the inside. Dwayne, good night, man. Thanks for joining, buddy. Yeah, fellas.
Hey, Dwayne, good night.
In-game management. What listen about Ten Hag in-game management? What's going on?
I find he could do a lot better because if you watch even when he made changes today, he don't make any formational changes really. Because when Hoyland came off, Bruno just went to the right. It wasn't like he switched up the formation. When he realized Shaw had to come off, he didn't say, well, let me play a trainee back. He keep it to the same formation and just stick a centre back on the left. So you're not making changes. And when you see the midfield getting overrun, you're not doing anything to try and make it a little more compact. I was watching the halftime analysis with the Chelsea-Man City game, and they show you how Chelsea, the players were not far from each other at any point in the game when they're off the ball. How close and compact they kept it to keep the space from City to break up the passing channels. And I just wonder, like, if you try to show a comparison for us in game as to where our players are situated on the field, it will just be all over the place.
Yeah.
It will be all over the place. As Simeon was saying, when we had the ball, everybody just running forward. I was watching some other game, I can't remember which team it was, and I looking at the plays when they have the ball, and you're seeing some running closer to the man with the ball, while others spreading the field and going higher up. And we don't do that. When somebody in the back of the ball, we will knock it around in the back with the defenders, pass it to Onana, and then he would just boom hit the top of the road. And it landed to nobody. And I thinking, but we sign Onana for his ball playing abilities. For them to knock the ball in the back and then for him to just hit a long pass to hope it reach somebody, that not making sense.
But
So
who
to me-
who was making the run today? Oh, was Dalo?
Dalo.
Oh, Onana,
Dalo.
yeah, that was a beauty of a
That was
pass,
a
boy.
great. When I see that pass, I was like, but this is what we signed the man for. Not for.
But that's a midfield that pass, boy. I don't even we signed him for that.
Exactly.
He have it to the locker. If nothing else he could do is that. He can't
Yeah,
save
but
for sure.
we're not getting enough of that out of him because to me, that is one.
They won on every 10 games thing, boy. To be honest, they won on that 10 games thing. That kind of pass.
But
That's
I will tell
something.
you something.
But that's something they're working on in training, because that run from
Yeah.
Dalo, that had to come from somewhere.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
happened twice.
Yeah.
It happened twice in the game. You saw that play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me personally, JP,
Yeah.
that's not building a play though. That's not building a play, boy. I want my team.
No,
I don't want.
No.
I know, but I get what you're saying, because that's one of the attributes we sign him for. But that's supposed to be less than more. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Correct. I agree with
Bill
that. I agree with that. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
I want one of the attributes I want to believe we signed him for too. Connected to that is also able when the forward line and the forward line pressing on him, you're able to put it just over them to the midfielders wide and only build a play wide center and start to maneuver the ball forward. Not the
We're not
automatic
seeing that.
thing is from our defense straight up to their defensive third, trying for a man to run onto the ball. That's how often we have pacey players. But as Reem rightfully say, that can't be a tactic. That's how it's fit match we play now.
We don't have Ivan Toney on top because Ivan Toney is a man that's win the ball. He have a great ability. I was watching him this weekend to win that ball in the air and get it to a player on his side.
Brentford have Ivan Toney for one season again.
Nah.
No, I
he
think
gone
the
this summer,
season he
he
gone.
gone this summer, he gone this summer.
No, here's why I say that, right? Here's why I say that.
Them don't sign
Here's
Ivan
why I
Toney
say
replacement
that.
already.
Understand why I say that, right? Because he had to show them some kind of
No,
tactic.
that decision done make already, chef.
Serious?
Yes.
He could have go January. He could have signed
Yeah, that decision done
January.
make already.
So-
He gone. We know where he going, but
He
that
would have
decision make
gone
already.
Arsenal.
That decision make already.
Arsenal
Yeah, boy.
with
Yeah.
Ivan Toney.
Now you make Arsenal very bad. He will do
God,
something
boy.
to Arsenal.
Good Lord.
Simeon, anything on the in game before we move on?
I mean, just same. I mean, something as simple as passing. Like you said, we talked about the Campbell plays, but like against Luton Town, we were unable to pass the ball. Not effectively, just pass the ball and keep possession for 1 minute in that game. It seemed like, unless we were counter attacking, we couldn't do anything with the ball. And against Luton, I mean that's so much. I mean, we talk about have breaking down defensive breakdown, but it all comes back to our offense. Like we had the play something to Karim about where Bruno had the ball, get the ball in open space, run to the left, run to the right, men running past him. I mean, perfect scenario for number 10. Perfect. The man looked for a hero ball. He didn't see it.
Yes.
Like he might get stick. Like he might stick. A completely hero ball. What go do?
Yeah.
And the man run with the ball. Rashford opening left, man opening right.
Ball
But
up
it's
to the
not hero
ball.
ball. And the man head stick. Like the man, by the time the man stop and make a pass, and my man passes right to a Luton player.
Yeah.
By that time,
I remember
by
the
that
exact
time-
play you're talking about. Yeah.
by that time, all our men had run forward already. And he
Yeah.
just make one dumb play. Like
All out of place.
Yeah, and it's like it happens too often.
Yeah.
Like
Way too often.
He had
way
too
too
much
often.
room. He had too much room, so he didn't know what
Yeah.
to do. He had too much room because all Bruno knows to do right now is collect the ball and boom, hit a pass over the top. Bruno don't
Or
want
try
to
to
take his
or try
time
to make that
and circle the
ridiculous.
play.
Bruno not even
Oh,
shooting
yeah.
good right now.
Tell them,
So
chef.
Exactly.
Tell them, chef.
so
Bruno Rice
that
went.
don't Bruno, all you're saying Bruno first instance is a Hollywood pass, no? Bruno first instance is a shoot like the other dotish Portuguese and then you're not it. Take your time and shoot properly
Which
now,
one? Which one is
boy.
that? That's not. Which
Yes,
one
I
is
tried
the
to
other
let
one?
you say that. Don't touch
Dalo?
Portuguese.
Dalo?
The
Martinez?
the
What?
one in Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
No.
they're wicked, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I can find some way to bring Kudus from West Ham that involve Bruno.
Yeah.
Bring Kudus to Manchester United and send Bruno the other way.
Nice.
That's not happening.
It
Do you
not
think
happening, bro.
do you think
We
that
have to go.
is Ineos could send Bruno to Saudi? That's the only
Yeah,
thing
I could work with that too. I could work with that too.
Oh, let's forget players I was saying this thing, or if that was the case,
Oh,
McTominay, Maguire, all of them
Yeah.
fellas going long time, you know.
No.
Fellas ever say,
But Tareem's point though, when we're talking about in-game tactics and in-game management, for me, Ten Hag is too predictable, especially when it comes to his substitutions. That I sit on in the car and I watching the bag of shit Maguire and Casemiro playing that. And here I tell myself, he going to pull Casemiro and bring on McTominay. When he should be, and here I say, I understand that your go-to player, but this is a game perfect to bring on Ericsson.
I thought Amrabat would have a shout earlier.
Or Amrabat, or even Amrabat.
Yeah.
I just find McTominay should not have been the first because of the way the game was
Was
flowing.
going. We wanted a little more control, so we wanted a
Yeah.
player who could have
Yeah.
control the
We
football, a little
wasn't,
more composed.
we
A
wasn't
player who come more
searching for a
composed
goal
on the
like
ball.
that.
Yeah.
Chef, you know the cameraman wicked boy. You know that the show Ericsson warming up. You know, inside. I feel Ericsson coming on.
I get shake too.
No, but
Yeah, I saw that. I said, what is the wicked man now, boy?
Where Harry Maguire get the yellow card? Because obviously leading up to the yellow card, Casemiro do a ballerina and move to the left, right?
Yeah.
And the cameraman put it on Eric and I say, all right, perfect. I had a calling for Casemiro to get up at halftime. Lo and behold,
Now, Scott,
too hot he come on. I say, cameraman, it's you fault, cameraman. You should have put the camera for Scott boy, not upon Ericsson, because you got me hot tight.
how much yellow card Casemiro get for the year?
About 8, I think.
Well, he hardly played this season, so I mean, he might get about either 2 or 3.
Someone get a yellow card for just this new year, boy.
let me just get some comments real quick, guys. Dwayne saying here, Schmeichel have been very critical of Onana, and today he said because of Shaw mistake, Onana to come out and make himself bigger. Had Shaw stayed on the man, Onana would have been on his line.
You know, I know.
Possibly. Jesus on the inside. Good night to you, man.
Maybe
joining.
just to add just to comment to that though, I get it. But to us, I am so uncomfortable with the way Onana comes for a ball.
Yeah.
It looks it looks like it's almost like if
He hoping to hit him.
he hoping to hit him. That's right. He's not actually making it spreading himself to make himself big. He does be cringing.
Yeah.
Ericsson here, Bruno almost make me punch my TV today. Hey, don't let Bruno make you go back by courts or standards now, boy. Don't give Bruno that kind of power now, boy. It's your money to jump up, you know.
I feel that the end of the game when we could have keep it in the corner.
Yeah.
And then he tried to cross. Yeah. And then it's pressure on your skin.
That
in the next 10 seconds.
But Reem, that's the same voice note it's saying today. We had a corner. It was the 92nd minute with 34 seconds.
Mhm.
And I saw Amrabat coming towards Bruno. I said, okay, no problem. We can look to hold up this ball. And Amrabat give the ball back to Bruno. So I thought those two would have played around with the
Keep
football
it,
in the
yeah,
corner.
yeah.
No.
Your man Bruno wants to take a
Looking
shot.
for a
No.
hero. He
Oh,
wanna
the-
be
That
a
was
hero.
Amrabat's intention, but not Bruno.
Nah,
Yeah.
Bruno wanna be a hero.
But that's what he was sent on to do. You're sent on now. Hey,
Close out the
control the play, close off the game. No, not your captain. Your captain want to start pad.
Arun saying your positive news. We have a positive goal difference of
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
It's a start.
I don't even watch we go difference.
Mickey on the Mickey
Mickey
boy,
boy.
see, man. Thanks for joining.
Oh,
man.
Mickey.
He's saying good win, but very slack in the midfield to defense. I thought defense was proper today. You know, they were solid. I mean, Johnny Evans come on and
Johnny Evans
was
fine boy.
solid.
He
Yeah,
proper.
now he
I
come
like
on-
him too bad.
Yeah.
Me and I not tell you, I have never been a Johnny Evans fan, like never. I find that man is a rank shitter from
You find
Everton.
so way? Nah, man.
Let me finish.
Yeah, man.
I always find he is a rank shitter. But you see, since that man come to Manchester this season, no?
Nah. Even at
I have to
Leicester,
rank-
I find he was proper way.
Leicester, he was
When?
good. He was good at Leicester.
Right through.
Nah, Leicester, he was good. He was good, yeah.
Wait,
I
you
thought he
mean-
was
you
good.
mean- You mean Johnny Evans in
Yeah.
general, or just Johnny Evans' second stint at Manchester United?
Nah, in general, I find he was.
Well,
he
if
had a
I'm
good
Johnny
career,
Evans
otherwise.
good in general,
So John,
Yes,
so-
boy.
one
That's
thing-
top player, boy. Hey,
so
man.
one thing
Hey.
I would give Johnny Evans credit for that he was really good at in his first stint at Manchester United was his ball passing ability out of the back.
he have that. He always have that.
Ball passing
Yeah.
ability with left foot or
Yeah,
right foot.
he always was a very composed defender.
Boy, he's suspect.
Nah,
I think he-
that man went championships with Manchester United. Playing games, games,
He's not the answer for the future, but he doing himself plenty favor.
I
No.
rate. I that's what I said. I rate. You see his second stint. You all of we did laugh at the fact that, wait, boy, this is what we reach. We signed in Johnny Evans last season,
Yeah.
but Johnny Evans has been well first.
Well,
Very well.
Plenty of what we have there.
I got a question. I don't know if I'm digressing, but I'll digress. Lisandro Martinez is the best centre back we've had since Rio Ferdinand and Vidic.
Yeah.
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 Hands down. I didn't think it about
Yeah.
After them was who? After them was who? Smalling,
argument.
Smalling,
Jones,
Eric Buddy
Jones.
Jones.
Bailly,
Bye.
Blind,
Rojo.
Romero,
Rojo.
Rojo was good. Rojo was wild though.
So then
Yeah,
Mickey
was
wasn't
not
good.
none of them make
Rojo was
close
never fit.
to Martinez.
Rojo was never fit.
Yeah,
Who else?
Martinez by a
So
country
yeah.
mile. I don't.
Phil, where that question come from?
Because I see the Martinez on the back. I see the
You
Martinez.
had a
on the
Bruno
back,
moment,
right?
boy. You had a Bruno moment.
Yeah.
So that question for Max is a bag of shit snake we have defended for we since Vidic.
No, but watch me. Plenty of them come with potential. Plenty of them come with potential. Bailly, look at Bailly. Look at Rojo.
But he got
Rojo
with potential. Phil Jones.
So,
potential,
I
Smalling,
honestly,
potential.
so Eric, everybody know this. And it's good on defense. I'm a player. I like Eric too bad.
Me too.
Eric
Me too.
problem,
Eric is a
but
nutcase.
Eric,
He a
one,
nutcase.
Eric couldn't stay fit. And
Nah,
I
he's a
personally
nutcase,
think
man.
Eric never had a leader in defense with him.
He's a nutcase boy, chef boy.
Nah,
You know what the dog I did like? Paddy McNair, boy. You see Paddy McNair?
Paddy McNair should have got. He never. He could have get a better chance.
I like you, boy.
Nah, I can't remember who he was. Nah, like,
Yeah,
wherever he
Paddy
was,
McNair, boy.
Paddy McNair.
Paddy
And Paddy
McNair.
McNair played football.
Paddy McNair.
Yes. Paddy
Yes.
McNair. Decent
Why
defender,
gone from
boy.
the OT, yeah?
I like him, I like him.
Next thing you will say Blackett.
Where's the kind of long face one who used to play right wing back?
I know who you're talking
What's his
about. The man with the longest name in EPL. I can't remember his
Yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah. What's his name?
Oh,
Like,
Boswick Jackson, Cameron
Boston
Boswick
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's not. Like,
Nathan Greenwood from
seriously,
Liverpool.
seriously. This is Manchester United we talking about?
Railman passed through here, way.
Dog. Like, too much shit on spark up team, dog.
Yeah, Railman passed through here, way.
Cameron Brothwick Jackson, boy. What a name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boy.
CBJ.
Hey, yeah. Doing same here. Two Wednesday
Oh, you forget that next one, you know.
Tunzebe had
I know,
one
but
good
that's it.
game.
Oh,
He had
you
one
forget
good game
Tunzebe.
against PSG, and that was the night.
Yeah, that was it.
One good game.
No, but I think he had a potential,
the
boy.
Baba school he all how.
Yeah,
Right?
for real, boy.
Nah.
But
Nah.
Tuanzebe-
No,
but
nah,
Tuanzebe-
but still,
Tuanzebe remind me,
he got a real potential, man.
I could count.
His injuries kill him.
I could
Yeah, I feel
count the two games that Phil Jones had that was good. One versus Arsenal, one versus Real Madrid. Phil Jones pocket Di Maria, Benzema, and Ronaldo all in one game. Tuanzebe pocket Mbappe, Neymar, and Di Maria all in one game. The fact you could remember which games these guys was good at means that they gotta move on from Manchester United. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let me get two
Thanks
comments
for that.
quick and then we go
Thanks
move
for
on.
that terrible walk in the pass.
Ericsson here, that was the moment when he took that powder puff shot in extra time.
Yeah.
Bruno. If someone else did that, Bruno, what? Yeah, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
He did it. He did that and no one said anything. The other players seem to. Yeah. Bruno.
Nah, man can't talk, man. I don't run back. Remember, that is 93 minutes plus. You can't talk, but you don't run back.
But
The
you know,
only man-
if it's two attributes that Bruno and Anthony got, them just do some shit and then look at other players and be like,
Yeah.
Anthony always telling you were supposed to be there.
You were supposed to be
Yeah.
there with the shitty ugly self. I'm gonna so mad that when I see two things that get me mad about it. One is a shitter on the field, and two, don't get rich, come out dermatologist now.
Oh God, he's the man. He
Man,
got personal, man.
Man inflated.
He named call, I just saying. He named call, oh God, what you want me to do? I can't hear him. No, dog, that is the shittiest Brazilian. You know, we just talk about Manchester like to sign shitty Brazilians. Oh God, boy. We Brazil is a country that give away footballers, and like we just only scout the shitty ones.
yeah. Everybody shopping at Amazon and all these high-end places. And
We shopping at Ratans.
Ratans Brazil.
Yeah, Ratans Brazil.
Oh boy.
Hey.
I just glad to see he on that bench and he ain't moving. Steady.
Mickey saying here another thing. Why our true forwards like to play greedy football? A man on his first hat trick, and nobody trying to set up the man. Card was he could well play. Eric saying here, Smalling was the player we should have kept. All right.
Now we had enough for him, boy.
But Smalling used to turn like a big truck just to pass the ball by. Let that go by. Right? Milan saying here Bruno was tired earlier. That's why he did that.
That
why he always set you
Don't put
Nah,
play short, number one right there if you're tired.
Get somebody else the ball. Get somebody else the ball if you're tired. Fellas, moving on, right? I want to go back to the style of play, right? All I think Ten Hag and he coach and staff and he tactical advisors get right with what with the intended style of play, because is the squad equipped to play quick transition football? Because we talk about Casemiro not having the legs, right? So I mean, you look at how you're constructing your squad. I already think this. Okay, let me put it like this. I think this squad suits the style of play that Ten Hag want to employ.
Nope. Especially Bruno and Casemiro. Nope.
Right.
Hoyland possibly, Rashford and Garnacho possibly, but Bruno
Meno for
Casemiro.
sure.
Oh yeah, Manu can suit anybody's style of play. Anybody.
Yeah. Martinez for sure. Varane for sure.
I hate to say it, but Onana might suit his style of play.
Onana, yes. But you see that midfielder and the men who's supposed to be controlling the football, Bruno Casemiro, they don't suit that football.
Not Scott. Well,
Rashford, as much as Rashford have pace, Rashford could only really play on the counter. And pressing is not Rashford big thing, and the style Ten Hag want to play is a pressing football, and Rashford don't play that either. So there's another one I don't think fit that the style that Ten Hag want to play.
yeah, but definitely not Bruno or Casemiro. No.
What are you saying, JP?
You see, Mike. So yeah, the players probably don't suit his style, but what I like to see with a great manager is adaptability, and you have to adapt to what you have.
Yep.
So
that's why we will be looking for JP. That's why we will be looking for.
But to me, I feel like we could play. It seems like Ten Hag still trying to force his style of play with players that are suiting his system, because he's still playing how we have. If it's Menu or if it's McTominay, he's still playing one player in the defensive mid position and then one further up with the who's supposed to be number 10. So it's almost like if he have two number 10s he playing with.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're leaving Casemiro, who you know don't have the legs, to try and control that mid by himself as the CDM. So then he not making sense by trying to play a system that not suiting the players he have. And Casemiro is a player that was bought under Ten Hag. So
when he didn't have a choice, you know, I pro Ten Hag, but I don't think he had much of a choice at that point.
But added to that,
go ahead.
Added to that, JP, fine, you have your system you want to play, but then I just base this on the teams above us, the top teams. Who does play with one CDM and the other?
I find Meno did good in the second half.
No, dog, I not. Here's the thing, Kobe Meno is a boss. He will always be good. But what I'm saying is, what it takes to be a top team, then playing that one player in the center there is recipe for disaster. You're going to get overrun.
No, I disagree.
To
play that football, you have to be able to possess the ball. If you could possess the ball, then you could play one CDM, right? If it is that you're under pressure and you're defending, then you have to play with two.
So both Chef and Nico are right. We are not a possession-based team this season. So somebody needs to help out. We need to have two players. We need two players in front of that back four. But to Nico's point, Man City can play comfortably with Rodri sitting deep by himself because they are a possession team. Right? We are not, but we need at least Kobe Manu and somebody else. We need at least,
But Fred, even to that though, right? So, and City is the blueprint of everything good right now, so we have to use them as an example. Even if you have Rodri sitting in front of them, then whatever midfielder it have close to him, even though that man might have license to attack, he still has to do his defensive side of the game, so basically it's a box to box. We don't have that. Our midfielders, them want to be goal scorers. You understand what I'm saying, Nico? So
but Meno's supposed to be the man in that play to come back now, hoping that he has the legs to come back. So that is why Meno playing higher than Casemiro, because Casemiro definitely won't be able to come back. But the hope is that Meno could come back and provide that cover as well.
Nico, okay, I get what Nico's saying. So based on that, do we have to find another defensive midfielder this summer?
I agree, 100%. 100%.
Okay.
I mean, two things. Like we are not. There are times that sometimes teams let us play half possession. We've seen it. Let us have possession and they
Yep.
counter attack, right?
And they hit us quick.
Yeah, and like Casemiro is not fast enough. I know we love Menu, but Menu is not fast enough.
No.
Bruno ain't tackling nobody effectively. We have to depend on Shaw. That's why he always injured. And
Nah, I know why you're always injured. That is definitely not why you're always
I mean, he ain't built for that. Let's just say that. He ain't built for that.
Nice. I prefer you say that. He ain't built for that.
Okay. He ain't built for that.
He ain't built for that.
Yeah, like honestly, we have nobody. Like I keep going back to the whole talent, and we don't have that kind of physical midfielder. Forget skill. We don't have that physical, speedy, tough midfielder to run with these guys. Menu plays great. I mean, he's always there, but he's not. He can't catch Chung, and a lot of players he can't catch. That's not his. That's why I say I'm worried about him.
His strength. That's his strength.
Yeah, you ask him to do stuff that without informed Casemiro, and who knows where McTominay and Bruno go fit in or help out. We don't have that. We don't have that midfielder. Fred was there. I mean, Fred was the only person we had that could sense danger and at least be there.
Yeah.
He was but he would be there.
At times.
Let me ask the question: If Mason Mount had stayed fit this entire season, would Casemiro be playing?
I don't think so.
No,
Nah.
Monk can't play that game. Monk definitely can't play that game. Casemiro does play.
But we still. So based on your logic, we need somebody that's box to box, and that's Mason Mount.
That's Mason Mount. Then it would have meant.
I don't know what Mount is. I don't know what Mount is, to be honest.
No, he is. That's what you just do.
No,
you would have Kobe now playing right in front of the defense, and Mount would have played right in front of him.
I could see Monk playing for Bruno.
Yeah. And I don't see Kobe best position as playing right in front of defense.
And I don't see it. For some reason, I don't see it there. I don't think he's physical enough, but I think that's his best position because of the lack of pace that Simeon was talking about and his ability to read danger.
His intelligence.
Intelligence on the ball. I think that is his best position.
We can argue with Kobe.
And he plays well in small spaces.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We could argue what's Kobe Manu's best position. We know the guy's intelligent enough to play that defensive mid. He's intelligent enough to play that box-to-box mid as well.
Yeah.
I don't know he will play an attacking mid, but I just know that he will play behind the attacking mid, whether it's defensive mid or box-to-box mid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I agree that we need midfielders, and I will add this: if we get we get the proper defensive midfield, I expect to see Kobe scoring more because he could score.
So if we get the proper defensive midfielder, you turn in Kobe Mino into a box to box then.
Yeah,
I could work with that.
Yeah.
So yes or no? The squad equipped to play Ten Hag style of play? Yes or no?
What?
No.
It's not.
What is Ten Hag style of play? Because the man keep going back to say he can't play his play. He can't play his football here because for some reason he come here and he say, okay, I'm not going to recruit my style of players. I'm gonna change my whole style that I've been doing all my my whole philosophy. I'm gonna change to suit. Like, what is he doing? Like we expected one thing and he like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I go do this. Like, what is his plan? I mean, he said transition football he's talking about, but it's just old school counter-attack football.
Yeah.
I confused. I don't know what the man doing.
And I want to say, and we wanted to kill Ole for that counter-attack football because we keep on saying that is not a tactic.
Yeah. But in the earlies, we saw where we were playing a high press football where the front three or front four used to be pressing their position high. We used to win back the ball fast, and that is where we used to create a lot of opportunities. And that was the football last season that we saw from Ten Hag, and all of a sudden that changed. So it's to see if in the summer, with the recruitment coming in, if we recruit to go back to that style. But to me, that we don't have that.
So like 10 handball.
Yeah,
So you're saying
because
that is
I think
10
Garnacho
handball.
could play that. I think Garnacho could play. I think Hoyland could play that. I do not think Rashford could play that. Football.
So basically, 10 hand
Marcel used to do it
football,
well. Marcel
10
used to do
hand
it well
football
because
is club.
yeah, it's similar, right? Marcel used to do it well. Marcel used to, and we used to commend Marcel for that. He used to lead the press from the front, really effective, and that used to help the team. Well, I should get some confidence on Reem's side in this one, right? But you used to see where Marcel used to initiate the press and where we used to win back a lot of balls high up the pitch. But we don't see that again. We don't see that.
Yo,
I
Marcel,
mean,
When
nah,
did you
nah.
see Marcel doing that?
We
don't
stay
win
for
the ball
15
back at
minutes.
all.
15 minutes we do that. 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So, fellas, I want to talk about Hoyland and Kobe. Now, I know you'll want to touch on it a little bit, right? And so, all the kind of, flowing with the little agenda I have here. I want to talk a little more about Hoyland and Kobe. Now, the question is, in the summer, all right, would you sign a backup for Hoyland? Because earlier we were talking about, putting this kind of pressure on Hoyland to lead the line when we should have gotten a top striker. Right? So now that you're seeing how, things developing this summer, would you sign a backup to Hoyland or sign a top striker and let Hoyland, learn and take the weight off the youth? Right? And for Kobe, right, do we play Kobe in the 6 and sign a 8 or play Kobe in the 8 and sign a 6?
To answer the latter question, it doesn't really. I don't want to say I don't really care, but if I had a base on what Chef said earlier, if Kobe had to become like the box to box midfielder, I put him as, I guess, the 8 and then sign a 6, right? For the first question, this one kind of tricky now that Hoyland has caught form. This one kind of tricky. I would have to think about that. I will let you other guys answer, and I will hear you guys answers. But this one kind of tricky now that Hoyland has caught form. So
I think I will go for
As
the
Manchester
backup
United,
for Hoyland.
go ahead.
Yeah, I will go for the backup for Hoyland because when you look at the market for strikers, and you're thinking a top striker, if you want to sign a top striker, who would be that top striker and what you'd have to pay for that top striker? So I feel like we should spend money elsewhere, in the midfield in particular, and then have somebody who could be backup for Hoyland, because to me, Hoyland's starting to show what he's capable of. And one full season in the Premier League should be enough if he shows that at the end of this campaign he could reach like say 15 to 20 goals total, and we build on that. I think we have a top striker in that already. And he is like a year or two younger than Haaland. So
he's 21.
if you're looking at it, right, he's 21 and Haaland is 22?
22, 23, yeah.
Yeah, so looking at him age-wise compared to like a Haaland, and he's a player who more involved in the build-up of the play than Haaland from what I see. And he showed that he's feeding off of his scraps. And so to me, if he could feed off our scraps, then imagine if we started actually feed him properly, what he could do. So based on the market, it's better to get a backup to him. And in terms of Kobe, I still feel the way that Hitman glide through the field, I want to see him box to box, as opposed to restricting him to just as the CDM. I find he just have a way about getting about the field, and then he had the intelligence to know how to do the defensive side of the game too, as well as the attacking side of the game.
Yeah. I think I could go with that. Because I think we need a more physical CDM. Physical,
Yeah.
a CDM with strength and power as well, with together with technical ability. I think that's what we need. Because we seeing how Casemiro get leave out with pace, but we also see the strength of Casemiro, how that has helped us defensively now, in terms of being able to head out the ball, defensively, positioning wise, physicality. When we're in for that battle, we see how good that has do for us. It's just the legs he don't have now. So we get somebody to do that with Meno, again with that intelligence, playing high up the field, and a quality backup though. And that's the thing that looking, let me say around the Premier League for an option who's an option that he could even come in as a backup for her, and I can't even think about one, to be honest. If Ollie Watkins willing to play a second string, I'm taking Ollie Watkins, No, because
All we had a unison, boy. No,
I know we shake. I know we shaking we head there, but at United, yes, we used to play 4-4-2 in the past, and we had 4 forwards, quality forwards. At United, where we can have two quality forwards. We don't have any forward. Why not 2? But I know Tenag go kill that man because Tenag go play that man long Hoyland scoring. Tenag, that man ain't seen that pitch at all.
Exactly.
So that you only downfall to that now. But if it is that the person could guarantee, some playing time in the contract, I don't know. Like Ollie Watkins could come in. I think that would do well. I think we need a quality. I don't think it's just a backup we need. I think we need a quality backup.
Lamar,
Ollie Watkins is not a bad show, He's not a bad
Lamar say, to answer that question, you see that word backup? Take that shit out. Here's why I say that, right? Dan, a top team need to have the 11 players who started supposed to be good, and you see a bench supposed to be able to come on and do the same thing them doing and not a drop off. I don't want nobody come to Manchester United as a backup. I want to come and be able to compete with the starting players. So that's one part of that question, Dan. I want to take, you asked about the 8 or the 6, right? Reem, I want to take Kobe Mano out of the equation there. The team need a 6. I'll say this because we have a host of players who are pretty okay-ish if we had to put them as a box-to-box. But you see that CDM, as we have absolutely nobody with the physical. The physicality is one thing, but I want my CDM to be able to be intelligent to that and be able to receive the ball from the defense and be able to push it up. I don't want no wild man there playing.
Like how Martinez does play from the centre back.
Right.
Your STDM could be able to play through the lines like a Martinez.
Yeah.
So I don't want you see that back. I don't want that's a point I've always made. I don't want no backup. Sign a proper player to come and compete because nobody, not even Kobe Mino, nobody is supposed to be assured of the pick on our side. Have your team around and your men fight for the position. You see that forward line thing, Dan? First, we cannot say we are a top club and have one, no matter if he score 30 goals for the rest of the season. We cannot go into next season thinking, okay, let me see if I find a man who could give a little backup. So when he hit about 70th minute, 75th minute, we could take him on.
We bring Mopai. Is Mopai Neil Mopai?
And you know one thing Manchester United guilty of. A man that's come and do real good one season, and next season he's a bag of trash. I'm not saying that going to be the youth because he had a nice little run right now. He's trying to catch himself, but for us to already have a thinking that All right, he's doing pretty okay right now. So at the end of the season, we just need a little backup. Nah, Paul! I don't want no backup. Look for a proper midfield. I'm sorry, a proper striker. That's just me. I don't want no backup.
You're looking for no work horse.
Nah,
Wang House.
nah, nah, I don't want no backup. So if it means Hollywood, you're going after Ollie Watkins or Ivan Tony or whoever to compete. Let them come and compete.
Yeah.
I
That
over-
then would show the ability of our coach now to be able to at times play two attackers. You didn't see Alvarez? Alvarez was the man when Hoyland was down. I mean him Hoyland, Haaland was down.
Yeah.
Haaland back in his side. He ain't drop Alvarez. He just played him a little deeper. We need to have a manager who have that versatility to think though.
the players that in terms of
We have that
defensive-
manager.
in terms of defensive midfielders that I've admired over the years, your Gattuso, your De Rossi, your Makaleles.
FCN.
What these guys used to do is that they win the ball and they just give it to whoever's a creative person. Gattuso is giving it to Pirlo, De Rossi is giving it to Totti, Makelele, whether it's at Chelsea or Real Madrid doing the exact same thing, right? There's a guy at Bayern Munich by the name of Joshua Kimmich that makes
Who certainly leaving Bayern at the end of the season. He does.
the guy makes football look so simple. Joshua Kimmich.
Yep. So much so that
come in
he
the Premier
named
League here and look for United and look like rubbish.
Nado. Don't talk about that about
Nah,
Joshua
the
Kimmich.
way,
Don't talk about that.
what
Romantic
Joshua
good for
We
them.
need somebody younger.
Joshua
We need somebody younger.
Joshua Kimmich is what, 27, 28?
He's 27.
Yeah.
29. I think he's
Nah,
29.
we need a player about 23, 24 and balling. I'm telling you, 23, 24.
Kimmich is
What
29.
telling you.
defensive midfielder in the world at 23, 24 you will not find now?
Kimmich is 29.
Holy boy.
He's 29.
But that's saying.
29. I really like Kimmich, but I do agree that the age has to be a factor right now in
I'm telling
Manchester
you.
because of what we building. So
Yeah, we got a project. We got a
for me,
project. Kimmich coming for a paycheck.
I do like Kimmich, but I don't want that 29-year-old player.
Schneiderlin and Schweinsteiger. Yeah.
Oh,
That's one for a paycheck. Lee Kimmich for years.
That's the only time Bayern Munich does sell players, you know. When there's a bag of dead horse that can't go no more, they just get rid of them.
They
That's when
The only
Bayern
mistake they make was Tony Cruz.
They made that mistake with Tony Cruz,
Yeah.
boy, and Tony
Yeah.
Cruz
Lamar,
look back since then, boy. And
Lamar-
Bayern Munich learned the lesson. They're never gonna do that again. Never.
Let me just get
But I
some on this now.
I can't think of any. I can't think of any defensive midfielders out there right now that of that age that are available. Honestly,
Hey,
No.
so you know why? Because every team last year needed one, and they all went and got them. Liverpool rebuilt their whole midfield. All
Yep.
these Chelsea buy all the midfielders the January before that. Relate. We come to his shop and the window empty. Ain't hardly anything left. So we better hope that this new Ineos group have a good scout somewhere to find these players, because we don't need one, we don't need two, we need three. You know,
No.
we need three.
And we need young players, only. We need players
Yeah.
young
No,
players.
but watch man.
Simeon
For me,
is such a good point that Liverpool rebuilt that entire midfield, you know, though.
one window.
Yeah.
One window.
Plus, watching players in Liverpool replace now.
Yeah.
Fabinho and with the Henderson and the next one.
Endo, the guy with the name that I can't pronounce.
And the happy was on the bench too, eh?
Szoboszlai, right? Yeah.
No, but you mentioned Endo, Phil, and that's what we're talking about. Endo is a youth player, and that man, he come in easy in that Liverpool team, and
Nah,
he
Endo-
what he's supposed to do.
And those, you mean the Japanese guy, right?
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's 29 or 30, you know.
No, but what I'm saying is nobody didn't know about him,
Oh,
Because the scout good.
right? And he come in the midfield easy and doing his work. So this is
That's
what we need to
that's
do.
what we need.
As much as I like Kimmich, and I mean I've been honest with you, if Kimmich they taking him, right? But I wouldn't be averse to bringing in a player who
what about
properly
Onana
scouted
and Onana
will
from
come in
Everton?
and I don't even know if I were he, to be honest with you.
Who?
You understand?
But he
Onana.
could do a
Onana.
job. No, but he
From
could do a
Everton?
job. Yeah. He could do a job.
Amadou.
We
No.
need that kind of physicality,
Amadou.
yeah, I'm telling you. In the
That's
Premier
the fella
League.
from Everton, right?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah, Amadou.
let me just comment on
They'll
the
find me out
question,
one
right?
shitty Onana already.
We need two to
let me
balance it off.
But they,
let me just come in.
or they like
Let
Kenny
me-
Kiss.
Let me just comment on this, right? Now, for me, a couple things that was said, and I had to agree with Chef, but to a certain extent, because I agree that you do backups, and because it's kind of is a psychological kind of thing, right? But the flip side to that, and JP mentioned it, is whether we have the manager that would cater to that, because Ten Hag's history has always proved that he has a group of players that he is used, and he don't really deviate from that, and he would play those players to the ground. He would run them players to the ground. He did it at Ajax, right?
Unless they're
And he do
sitting
it-
on the
and
south
we
in
see
a
it-
big way.
we see it happen last season where he run men to the ground,
Yep.
and it's happening again, right? Where he running men to the ground. You tell me Bruno and Garnacho couldn't come out. Anyway.
Exactly.
So for me, whoever we sign in, if we decide that Rasmus is we number one, right? If we first choice striker, whoever we sign in had to come knowing they are backup. Because we bring in Bayern there, and Bayern there can get minutes, Chef. I want to understand what's going on.
One game in it. One game.
One game that man get.
And he has seen no more games for this season.
And I doubt he gonna
Yeah.
play again. So you have to
Yeah.
know who your manager is to know whether it makes sense. So for me, if I am Ollie Watkins' partner, me coming nowhere
I
close to
know.
this club. Right?
Yeah.
I would like to see, I be honest with you, I would like to see Ivan Toney come here. But then what is Ivan Toney's role? And
Yeah.
if I sit down with Ineos or whoever is the contract negotiations or whatever, they might have clarify certain things for me. Because if
Yeah.
Rasmus Højlund is Ten Hag guy, then where I coming to do? Right? And next thing too, style of play had to influence my signings.
Yeah.
Because midfielders, right? We're looking at midfielders. Why are you going to bring in a next strongman, physical play in the midfield? What style of football we going to play? We're going to leave him isolated again to complain? We have to know what we want to do, Dren. Because I telling you, I want to see Kobe in the 8. Because I think Kobe have a lot to Kobe's skill set. When
Yeah.
look at our goal we score against Wolves, where he get a ball in the end and take it neatly past the player and play it off for Dalo, and Dalo put a ball inside the box. Now I agree with Nico because he had the ability to control and dictate the game from deep. But from what I see from Kobe high up the pitch,
Yeah.
we need that kind of
He's fired
composure on the ball. We need that kind of composure on the ball up on top there, because with the kind of players that we have now, it have no composure. Them fellas only a head down, shoot, run. I need a man who could put the ball on the ground and dictate and say, well, hey, here we're going on. You can't rush me into nothing. Hold on. But at the same time, I want a player of similar skill set who played on top of my defense, who could dictate. So, and I always say, my number 6 don't necessarily have to be a bodybuilder. A man could be
No.
small.
Intelligent.
Yeah, and then now, if we pop intelligent man there, we can't isolate the man. The football can't be gung-ho. It have to be possession. So it's a
Yeah.
plenty thing that we had to understand before we even start to say, well, Kimmich or Onana or
So,
this one or that one.
Yeah.
So Kareem, what you saying? They got to figure out if they're gonna fire Ten Hag before we, that's the big question.
Exactly.
That is it.
That's the question.
That is it.
Exactly.
That is it.
That's the question.
I know Nico ain't want to hear that, but that is it.
That ain't happening. That's not happening. Things are
Because
getting real
we-
bad.
Not yet, man.
We
Things are getting real bad because Ten Hag came there as a project. And I don't think he's doing that bad to say, well, I mean, I don't know if the Ineos group will see differently. I don't think it's that bad for him to say, hey, you know, we look for something different. You know,
Are you
because
saying that? Are you
it's a
saying that
project, and I
because he
think
has won? You're saying that because he's won his last few games?
That is exactly why he's saying that.
not only his
Why
last
else
few games. Let me
say
say,
otherwise?
even if you think about last season, right? We reach the FA Cup final, we win the Carabao Cup, we finished third in the league. You're still in transition. You're bringing in young players, Meno, Garnacho, Hoyland. These are young players embedded into the team, right? For Premier League experience, you had to give him man time.
Okay, so first season, we would give him a B plus.
B plus alone, you're wicked.
Yeah, no, he can't get nothing more than a B plus. What the hell?
Nothing more than a B plus.
You Santa Claus or
Chef, nah, man. We
A
way
B
more than
plus.
overachieve. We
Nah,
way
we
more than
get more.
overachieve. And you don't want B plus?
anyhow. So we give him a B plus first
Nah,
season.
I asked for that B plus. A
Second-
minimum.
A?
Okay, you know what?
Tomorrow.
Let me go with your A.
A. I take it
Nah,
at A.
let's
What
stay
are
with the
A
B
plus?
plus.
What?
What are A
Stay with
plus
the B
and
plus.
A? No,
Nah.
a B plus, no. Again,
So
I did that A.
Nico, if we get A, what Manchester City get?
No, them over exceed. Them exceed expectation.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing for this pirate fellas, you know.
No,
Because
what I'm saying,
they go to the island.
we still carry it's an imbalanced scale. Because there's
Brother
so much
man.
expectation with
Brother
City,
man.
you're expecting City to win, and you're not sure what you're going to get from United.
Nah.
Anyhow,
And
I was saying.
we over exceeded expectation last season.
Okay, so we over exceed the expectations last season, right? So we dealing with this season now. We have basically not improved on anything last season. As a matter of fact, I would stand to say up to December, we have regressed
Agreed,
greatly.
100% agree.
Nice. And that is why I just asked you if what you were saying is based on how he's winning the last few games. Because you yourself, up to December was saying, hey, I don't have losing faith in Ten Hag. You know, you remember you saying that, right?
I say I'm losing, but it wasn't lost. It wasn't lost. I say I'm losing.
Okay, so you're losing.
I always say that the season is going to change. The second half of the season is going to change.
Okay, Kamla, you was losing. All right, Kamla, you was losing. So we go in February now. So far, we are on a little winning streak. We're not winning, mind you. We ain't really winning nicer, but we winning. So we had to take it. Stan, I don't tell you so far. Ten Hag, job not sure at the end of the season.
I mean,
It cannot be sure because there's no sure thinking about what he wants to do. Klopp, and I will use Klopp because I can't stand the yellow teeth bastard. But here's what: from the first season he came to Liverpool, you knew the type of football he wanted to play. They didn't have the fitness or the personnel, but by the second season, when they get men up to scratch, they was playing it. So until we don't know what kind of football the man wants to play.
No,
so
we know the football. We know the football he wants to play, but we talk about it today. He don't have the personnel to play. That's what we started the conversation with today. Why saying it? Get him man time. Next season, let me see what happens in transfer window and see how it play off. If things improve, then I would say, all right, he had enough time. I think it's a project, and I think he's still in charge of the project.
For me, I don't believe in firing managers. Just so I believe in giving men time. But for me to give, I just do everything and how I think as a businessman. If I have to give you time, you have to show me direction. You have to show me your thinking. You have to show me your philosophy. That is all.
One thing FSG did with Klopp and one thing Sheik did with Pep. Can Ten Hag be this ruthless where after Pep's first season, the man revamped the entire defense and spent another 200 million?
I'm telling you.
Jurgen Klopp. Remember Jurgen Klopp had the likes of Karius inside of goalkeeper as his number one. And the man revamped the entire defense and brought in Allison, Virgil van Dijk, and Gomez, and these guys that were way better than whatever sidemen caught in this first season. It's Ten Hag. This rules is to say, you know what? I need to get rid of certain players and revamp certain parts of this Manchester United team. And Ten Hag be this ruthless. He was
But
ruthless.
I was back to
We gotta get back in for that. I don't think you get any back in for that.
you see that point Phil made there? You know, one of the reasons though, and this is Manchester own doing, that Manchester can't get rid of players, so are the stupid contracts that have these men on. That you don't pay them. It's easy to get rid of a man if you pay them 70,000, 50,000, you know. But if you pay them 300,000, how much, or 200,000, how much clubs you feel you're gonna get to pick up that contract?
You gotta pay you off for him to leave.
What
gotta pay him off.
What's Sir Jim at Ineos said when they got that 25%? If you're in performing after 2 seasons, you're gone. That is something I'm excited about. That is something I'm excited about, but I want to see it. I want to see it being put into place.
That's
so easier said than done, eh?
Yeah, that's so easy.
But you have to operate. You have to make up your mind, as Reem now say. You have to make up your mind. Okay, them is shit. I can't find a club. Then I go down. What am I gonna do with them?
That'll drop players' wages. That is what happens. Players' wages are the drop. So that means other teams could take them and could afford them.
Yeah. Let me get some comments here and then we'll look to wrap it now, guys. Rishi on the inside, Rishi saying here, Luton feels sorry for Rasmus and give him an assist today. You know, Bell and Rasmus probably somewhere linemen talking, having fun.
No, but still, the man had some work to do and he did it well because Garnacho, Bruno, the next Gallo, them get that too, right?
Yeah,
and they couldn't finish.
Did you see his interview?
Yeah.
The man said, this is my part why I like Rasmus. Rasmus said, yes, I was cheating on him and I believe something gonna happen. And I believe if I get that ball, I have enough speed that keeper, the man said it, he say, if I get the ball, I know I have enough speed, the keeper is not catching me. I'm going around him. Them others, no. Them do those.
Alan on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, I agree with Chef because this is the reason why we have players who get complacent because they think their position is assured. Taking that to the manager earlier, that's the player fault alone. Right?
Every now and again, Chef does talk some sense, man.
Dwayne saying here, I like Zambo Anguissa from Napoli as well, 27.
He ain't do so well. He ain't do so well. He ain't do so well Fulham a couple years ago,
Yeah.
Give Abubakar 2 years. Right?
That's happening. Like from Cameroon. That's happening.
As much as I was signing De Jong on FIFA. As much as I was signing De Jong now, De Jong, I don't want to sign somebody who is not interested in coming to Manchester United.
Yeah.
Or we ready for that go back? Or we ready for that go back down this road?
Yeah. We move.
Where's the new slide?
Jerome Jack on the inside. Thanks for joining, buddy. Good night to you. All right. Eric saying here, now Nico for winning. I'm making most trophy and getting top 4. You wanna get him?
But I was just going the expectation. It come like you're expecting somebody to get 14 and they get 80. You know, that is over exceed expectation. You understand? So hey, based on that, it's really a B by getting you a E. Right? That is all I say. That is all I say.
B plus is the highest I'm going for Manchester United from last season.
The man marking on a curve.
And B plus is stretching it.
Yeah,
exactly. He's marking on the curve on here. He's marking on the curve. Anyway, fellas, so let me get some closer thoughts and let me wrap it now. All right, go through. I mean, we have Fulham coming up, so let me see. Yeah, go through.
Yeah, Fulham gonna get a bag. At Old Trafford, Fulham gonna be under some pressure.
You know what?
That to me.
You know what?
Fulham gonna be under pressure.
I go down for Rasmus in my fantasy team.
You know, I purposefully didn't put Rasmus in my fantasy
The probabilities, boy.
No,
I
right
find I
now,
just blind them men and them boy. I find I just blind
right
them men.
now, right now, I haven't one of my best seasons ever in fantasy. So I'm bad. I turn it in right now.
I purposefully did not put
I'm
Rasmus in
telling
my
you.
fantasy team.
And here
I go
the
blind
GM
T-boy.
do that. I purposely did not triple captain Haaland, and I tell men before the start of the season, you saw my post, Phil. I said, all them men who to triple captain Haaland, or they will ball this season this week because he ain't going to do nothing.
My scar chick.
I tell men where I work. Cause the man will say, boy, you got triple Captain Haaland. I said this guy ain't gonna do nothing against Chelsea. Watch
Not
this.
yet.
No. I say, yeah, right. If they had triple captain Joe Gomez versus Spurs, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I can end on a positive.
I feel we could beat Fulham though.
Yeah.
You feel?
That is Manchester. It's Manchester United we support.
We're going out. No, we're going out on a positive note.
Okay, I feel. No, for weeks now, whenever this part of the show come and it reach me, what I've been saying, I don't know now. That's what I've been saying every week. I actually saying I feel. You don't know what you're gonna get from this team.
But it's funny because I like when Nico said we could give Fulham a bag and then there was silence afterwards, right? Oh boy, a bag of what? It's true.
Hey, we gonna be right here.
On a positive note, look, Rasmus Højlund, youngest player to score in six consecutive fixtures. That's good. Keep it that form. Maybe we can make it 7 at Old Trafford. Fulham, I would love a tree love versus Fulham. A tree love. And they get to go.
I'm going to take a 2-1 because I know we defense can't hold it.
Yeah, JP Simeon, what to say?
I would take a win with a good performance, even if it's a 1-0 with a good performance.
Even if it's a 1-0. I agree with him.
I agree with him. 1-0, like nerve-wracking.
Let me put the comment back up for you. You want to win 3-0? Go ahead.
Good. You're nerve-wracking all over the place.
Well said, JP.
Mm-hmm.
Brother,
2-0 now. Take a 2-0.
And you know, here's the thing. You see the statement? After Fulham is who? Manchester City.
Yeah.
So all this kind of nice feeling because we are on a little 4-game winning streak, that could get good washed straight down the toilet with a 7-0 in the backside. Eh?
Nah. Oh God, don't do that. Oh God, don't do that.
Wait, still, we're not capable of getting that?
Of course, you're capable of getting more. Well, don't do that.
Simeon, we're saying.
I mean, 2-1. I mean, like I said, we can't expect anything to predict how we're going to play. I mean, the main thing I hope is we see, some healthier guys coming back. That's all I hope for. Like, hopefully, but last year, we didn't see last year all year. Mount, who knows what Mount do? I don't know what's good. We need somebody to play that, left back position. So,
and somebody in Lindelof.
So, I mean, it ain't looking pretty, but I think we could win, I mean, where we playing, like, I mean, today, I mean, we played Luton today, we should be, but,
we could win.
I mean, obviously,
I understand your pain, boy.
Now, one question: does Fulham have a good striker? Who's their striker? Who's their striker right now?
I don't even know who's Fulham striker right now.
It used to be Mitrovic, but he gone Saudi Arabia.
Now he gone long time. They have Raul Jimenez. They have
He's a good
And
striker.
this guy, Broja,
And you know,
Broja, yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it no matter what they have, you know. We gonna make Stern John at 60 look like Stern John at 20, you know. It don't
Yeah.
matter. It don't matter.
So I want to close off with some. Now this is not confirmed reports, right? And I'm sure you know already, but Ornstein is a pretty good source, right? So Dan Ashworth he's placed on gardening leave. I think there is some kind of arrangement
Work from
where no
home,
longer-
like we are working from home more or less.
Yeah, we don't worry back here, right? So just
Yeah,
work out your
yeah.
time there now, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Following his request to leave and join Man United. So we're moving like real bullies over there, right? Newcastle
Yeah.
won 20 million.
It's
But,
official. So he officially asked today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But I read somewhere, Reem, that he is getting put on gardening leave until 2026.
Yeah, I saw that
well,
too.
yeah. Well, unless Man United could pay a kind
A
of
fee.
yeah, and I think Newcastle asking for 20 million, but Man United
It's
paying
basically buying out his contract.
Yeah, something so.
From the
So-
go pay that.
Nah, I
Nah.
don't go pay that.
They pay on that
Well,
money.
no.
20
The
million,
pay
chef?
80 million for Anthony.
Nah,
Nah,
you learn
nah.
me lessons in your sloan, and you say I made them same
In
mistake.
yours, learn the lessons, boy, chef. They learn the lessons, boy.
Wait, what you gonna tell everybody when you pay $20 million for this man as in yours?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you for a ride for every other
You
contract.
understand?
man.
Yeah.
20 million for a man that is not even a player, eh?
Yeah, that's saying nothing happening.
So we gotta compensate Newcastle. It's just a matter of negotiations and see how it goes. But I mean,
But Newcastle
we have-
have money right now, man. Jesus Christ. Let the man go now.
so Ashwood coming in. I think it was the next guy named who going to be
No,
working with Ashwood.
Will something.
Will Oxo something.
Will
Yeah.
Ox.
Well, lots from
Well,
Southampton, yeah.
Will Cox, so Will Lock, so
Will Cox, right? Yeah. So earlier we getting upstairs sorted. We just really hope that these appointments are the right appointments because for me, these are the most important appointments if we really want to see a turnaround in terms of how the club run as a footballing
Yep.
entity. You know,
Yeah.
we've been run by bankers and businessmen before.
Farmers and beer jump.
But-
yeah, and all kind of thing. And we
What more?
see.
One more point. Like, Ten Hag have. I mean, it's what I tell Nico. Like, I agree with Nico. Like, normally, yeah, you give Ten Hag another shot. You know, you come back next year. You know, give him a good team. But like, you're dealing with Ineos now. I mean, they are very shrewd businessmen. They want to win now. And plus, unlike the Glazers, they watch every game. The same commentary we hearing, the same commentary them hearing. When they watch this team that works so much money, not playing well against Luton Town, they just think the same thing we think. And so they're not the Glazers who don't watch football. They have, you know, Radcliffe and then Flowers after every game, probably text picture and said, hey, you know, why you didn't, you know, do that, you know. Or he texting, what's the new,
Brailsford.
yeah, Brailsford and Radcliffe. He probably text with Brailsford.
Omar Berrada or something.
Yeah, and they're probably all texting right now asking, hey, is this normal? You know, a different kind of scrutiny Ten Hag on now. So, you know, you can't expect, you can't.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Good point. So I mean,
And
again,
it's not even a matter of winning now, you know, but you want your project to be headed in a direction. You don't want no stop and go.
I think the bigger
Yeah.
project is the youth, but again, we could talk
Oh,
about it
that is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting these guys, you know, up to speed now.
and what I like is how quickly things moving ahead with the upstairs appointments. It happening fast. We already have Berrada in the bag. You know, Will Cox, whatever his name is, he already agreed. So it's just a matter of time. We don't have this Dan Ashworth. He done handing his letter already. You know, stating that he want to move. So it's just a matter of tying up these things and agreeing compensation and that kind of thing. So
Last
I like
summer,
how
boy.
fast.
Last
No,
summer. This happened last summer, boy.
Yeah, I guess like how things moving quickly. You know, Ineos and Radcliffe and them showing a lot of positives. You know, we also heard about talks to look at, you know, what they're going to do with Old Trafford. Then they already have some projects with around Manchester City, you know, to improve, you know, the area. So a lot of things in the pipeline, you know, to improve everything all around. We're also looking at partnerships with different clubs. Nice, Man United, and I think there's another club, I can't remember. So earlier we heading in the right direction. You know, so it feeling good. We just really need to see, I mean, some kind of translation from upstairs onto the pitch now. You know, to see us back at the top, right? Because that's what we're supposed to be. You know, and then we can start to say, well, we as Manchester United, this and that and the other. We can't say that now earlier. Forget all that, right? We got to take what we get. So, yeah, so guys, I mean, that brings us to the end of the pod this evening. It was around close to 2 hours earlier. What going on, by? Right? But we still had people on the inside, you know. So, guys who was viewing, thanks for the likes, thanks for the shares, thanks for sticking through for the full time. Again, the panel, Nico, Phil, Chef, Simeon, JP, all you. It was nice, you know. So, guys, don't forget to like and share. We're on YouTube. Go across there and subscribe if you haven't already. We want to build the YouTube side as well. All you know what to do. So, have a good night, everybody. See you on the next one.
Yeah, good night.
Listen.